people because they know how to move, juke, and make.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long in that situation, I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Here we go!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's obviously nothing shy about the guys dialing up offense here. They take a shot on 3rd down, and boy, did they get rewarded, even though there was good defense on the play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go! 1-9, back round! Back round!
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive.
Here we go! 1-9!
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. the starting defense for the Falcons.
When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, and excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Second down.
Brandon, that was not a highlight play for the offense. But how about the previous play? A big run? They're used to trading that, especially if you're a Hall of Fame runner. Big run, maybe not so much on the next one, but the big ones add up over time.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their big tight end. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
Taken in at the 22. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. Go up and over. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinters.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Out of the gun now on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well for the deep.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Let's go.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. New Orleans. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And they'll run it here. He can't bring him down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And that's complete to Cooks. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. A gain of 39 that time.
They went for the haymaker there, didn't they? A big shot towards the end zone, and they came up with the catch, but they were tackled short of the goal line. The defense escaped the big one there. Now they've got to try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. Back to throw here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Their big tight end. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Saints are pouring it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Another pistol look here. So the D-line's going to spread out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receiver.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And the Saints just continue to roll. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Backing up. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons claw one back. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Watch left. Tight end to the left.
Thomas, the lone receiver left. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Give him 14 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Strong left.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line now. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints are pouring it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
Black round. Here we go. 52.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group, because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for someone to throw to. All kinds of time. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Saints just continue to roll. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down.
Here we go.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And taken right at the 35. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing.
And this is caught. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the lock. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense.
Let's go. 4 down.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And that play goes. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year. to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. 3rd down here.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Muscles him off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time is run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier. Totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.